Hey Luna, how you doing, baby? Are you covered in your blanket, enjoying your life? Are you shy? Yeah. Doesn't care at all. Hey crew, I hope you're having a really good day. Welcome to the Spiritual Social. I'm Lexi, your local lightworker, and I'll be your guide for today. In today's reading, I thought we would tackle a really fun topic and also give you maybe some healing and some empowerment related to emotion work. So the emotion work is basically the idea that, I don't know why I said the emotion work, it's emotion work in general. It's a kind of work that we do in order to control our feelings. Some people do this when it is paid. For example, when you are trying to earn a living by being positive. If you are a flight attendant, for example, or a sales representative for a beauty brand, you always need to have a bright smile on your face so that people feel good in your company and they buy the products that you're selling, or they appreciate the services, they give you tips, and there's just this good energy moving around. Some companies actually have this written in their code of conduct that you need to have a bright smile and a positive attitude. So emotion work, to a large extent, is something that all of us do. Some of us do it for a paycheck, and it's called emotional labor. And other of us just do it because, we may have some really intense feelings inside, and we try to transform them into something a bit more positive, a bit more inspiring. So based on this sociological knowledge, I just felt really inspired today to give you a choice of 3 unique words that were made up and that are taken from this gorgeous book. It's called The Emotionary, a dictionary of words that don't exist for feelings that do. So you have a choice here of 3 heart post-its on which I have already written your special unique word. I will tell you more about this word and what it means at your given pile. But for now, I just want to introduce you the options. So we have here for option 1, treparation. Treparation is your word, group 1, if you feel drawn towards it. For group 2, I have here regretrospect. This is kind of hard to pronounce, a lot of R's. Regretrospect, that's for you, group 2. And for you, group 3, we have Emodulate. Okay, Emodulate is your word, group 3. I have to say, I just randomly opened the book at a specific page. I asked Spirit for advice to just randomly show me a word that may resonate with some of my crew in the collective, those of you who are going to click on this video and watch it. So these are specifically, I think that these are messages specifically tailored to you, but I randomly selected them in order to explain the process behind my work. So yeah, I'm really curious to see if the messages actually match up with the oracle and tarot cards I already pre-selected for you guys. If you're curious to know what oracle and tarot cards I'm using, they're always linked in the description box below. If you click on them, I also earn a very small Amazon commission, and I thank you for your support. Thank you so much to my patrons, to my members. Thank you so much to everybody who's been showing me a lot of love on TikTok and Instagram. I've been feeling a little bit sad with the growing energy of the new moon in Scorpio, so I haven't been very active this week, but I'm slowly working on myself. I'm doing emotion work behind the scenes. I'm doing my spiritual routine, and I'm trying to keep a really positive mindset, even though the planet Saturn is limiting my mind as it is perfectly conjunct Mercury in this period. So I hope that I do apologize if my energy has been not the best. I am doing my best that I can to keep it on par, but I'm also trying to respect the energy of Saturn, which is asking me to keep silent, to not be so expressive and to really work hard at shaking things up in my work. So this is what I'm trying to do today. I hope that you enjoy this. I hope you have also selected one of the words that is resonating more strongly with you. Thank you so much for your support. You keep me going, guys. And the work that I do, I love so much, and I'm not going to give up. And I'm going to keep trying my best, keep shaking things up, keep following the path of fun as well, because I really want to continue enjoying what I'm doing and break through the wall of repetitiveness, competition and competitiveness, and all sorts of kind of nasty low vibrational energy. Okay, all this being said, if you have made your choice, I had to say everything that was on my mind as well. Thank you so much for being here. Let's jump straight into your reading. Let's find out what is the main emotion ruling over your life at the moment. Hey Group 1, welcome to your unique reading with your unique choice of word. So we have here for you Treparation, and the emotionary, this dictionary of words that don't exist for feelings that do, describes this word as preemptive defeat from knowing the time and effort required to become close with a prospective partner. Let's use it in a sentence. After Sam and I broke up, my treparation anxiety was so severe I scarcely left my bed. It's not that I didn't want to date again. I just wanted to skip to the part where they know my whole life story, we have tons of inside jokes, we pop each other's back pimples, and I can fart with reckless abandon. Okay, so this word is a combination of trepidation and separation. Okay, it seems like at the moment there could be something riling you up because you have decided to leave something or someone behind, and there is a mixture of separation anxiety potentially with the feeling that there is hope for the future, there is excitement, but also things are left up in the air, nothing is certain, and you may be feeling trepidation, these inner tremors. Now let's see the oracle and tarot cards that I have here for you. Okay, the first one is the Hanged Man blocked. This appeared yesterday. It's fascinating how the energy continues. We have the Three of Cups blocked. We also have the Moon, and it's also blocked. We have here the Queen of Wands, the Seven of Cups blocked. Again, the Seven of Cups blocked appeared yesterday. We have the Ten of Swords and the Ten of Wands, 2 tens. Ooh, an important ending, the wrapping up of a karmic cycle. Now your oracle cards are, we have Heron. Let go of convention and follow your own unique path. We also have Spiritual Guides, number 13, beautiful energy. The questions are, how would you like to be more spiritually connected? Do you have any unresolved issues from the past? What magical qualities do you wish to possess? Interesting. And I also have some therapet messages for you. Yeah. You need to give yourself time to heal, no matter how long this journey takes. The Cosmic Wolf. And we have here, I forgot what type of animal this is. Is it not an enchilada? That's a type of food, but yeah, anyway, comment down below, guys, if you remember what type of animal this is. They're very cute. They have big ears, and I think they live in desert landscapes. So look at everything you have survived so far. You weren't defeated then. You won't be defeated now. I think it's a chinchilla, right? So coming back to the messages, it definitely feels like you've been going through a breakup, through a loss, through a separation. No wonder that you chose this word, treparation. I also see the word reparation inside of it, yeah? Trepidation, reparation, separation. All of these things are coming together for you. You found it very difficult to let go of somebody that you feel you were head over heels in love with, unconditionally supportive of. Because we have here 2 Pisces cards, the Moon and the Hanged Man. And I'm going to take the Moon as a Pisces card, although to me, as a reader, it always speaks of Cancerian energy. Maybe this applies for some of you out there. I'm reading for a large collective. The Three of Cups block talks about the end of partying, the end of fun, but it could also mean overcoming like the toxic behavior of drinking too much, right? Maybe even a really strong alcoholic addiction that could have led to you believing that the relationship you had was built on solid ground, but it may have actually just been an illusion. And don't worry, we've all been there. You know, we all go through periods in life when we fall prey to certain addictions, and then due to them we make some poor decisions and we end up in relationships with people that we shouldn't be in relationships with. I don't know if this necessarily applies to all of you out there, but I do see here, at least if there is not some sort of alcoholic addiction or some sort of like desire to drink and to have fun, which was kind of separating you from your true heart and your true feelings. Some of you may have been trying to go out a lot and try to detach from a feeling of sorrow that you were feeling in your heart. I feel like, some sort of coping mechanisms that were negative are now ending. The main emotion ruling your life, I'm already beginning to see the landscape of deep sadness that is connected to disappointment. It's not an angry kind of sadness. It's a sadness that would make you want to cry each day if you were to completely give in to it. I'm kind of reminded here of the series Fleabag. Have you guys seen it? With Phoebe Waller-Bridge? Beautiful series. Go and have a look. It's so whip smart and so touching. And I think that she says at some point, there is a scene in which she has this heart-to-heart with a man she meets at some sort of retreat. And he asks her, like, who are you at your core? Or if you would be able to do something I think that you've always wanted to do, what would you do? And I think she says, I would cry every day. I feel like crying every day. And it's kind of that kind of energy I'm picking up. It's heartfelt and soulful, but also incredibly bittersweet. And it's kind of like I'm empathizing with you, and it's kind of making me cry. But what is the root? What is the reason of the sadness? I feel it's like you constantly feel like you're not chosen, you're not prioritized. I feel like there is this energy here of always needing to sacrifice something in order to get rewards or get people to love you, to respect you, to see you. I feel like a lot of you are not feeling like you're seen in some way by the objects of your affection, the people that you call your nearest and dearest. I also feel like you refuse to see yourself and value yourself. And this could be why this kind of energy keeps manifesting in your life. You may not feel very comfortable holding space for your sadness, holding it just for a little while, making friends with it and allowing it to lead you towards a direction, maybe a different direction in which you would be able to make better choices than the ones you have been making so far. But a lot of you are feeling incredibly sad because somebody that you loved with all your heart is no longer there. Either because they have chosen somebody else, or because they are no longer in the physical material 3D plane, they departed. Now, looking at the other set of tarot cards, I see here that you are still an incredibly attractive, gorgeous, and strong-willed individual, that you've got a lot of fire in your heart, and that if you were to channel it correctly, if you were to focus it on one specific achievement, you would win at it. Whether this is achieving some sort of fitness goal, or running a marathon, or starting your own business, or leading others towards a really good purpose, fulfilling an ideal together with a group, and you being at the helm of that. Whether it is guiding people spiritually, helping them with really complex, unfathomable things, reading signs and symbols, translating them for the collective. I feel definitely that you are not as broken as you feel that you are. There is a lot of confidence, a lot of passion, a lot of strength, a lot of lust for life. Yeah, definitely. The Queen of Wands is the queen that enjoys life through every pore of her body. And she is also able to manipulate fire magic, which is the type of magic that is the most dangerous, the hardest to manipulate, and it's actually the one that gives the fastest results. Because as you guys know, in esoteric knowledge, we have cups, waters, we have wands, fire, earth, pentacles, and we have swords, air. And fire is the quickest, and then come swords, and then come water, and then come pentacles, in terms of if we're thinking about processes and outcomes and actions. So fast results, fast manifestations. I'm getting a sense of shame as well, a sense of self-consciousness, because I got a little bit pink in my cheeks. I don't know if it shows on camera, but I could feel this wave of emotion that I normally feel when I feel like somebody's judging me. So you may be afraid of being judged or unloved by other people, especially if you're an Aries. I feel like you take things very personally and you put a lot of effort into having people liking you. Maybe you crack jokes when inside you feel like you're crumbling. But this is also a way of showing that you want to belong, you want to be part of something, you want to be loved and understood and seen. And that's nothing wrong, that's beautiful. With the Seven of Cups, I see the end of options, feeling a little bit trapped and suffocated in your current circumstances. Maybe you feel that there are no more romantic options, or there are, but you're no longer interested in pursuing them. I also see here the continuation of the message that if you are trying to overcome an alcoholic addiction, this is the end of drinking. This is no longer needing to use this type of behavior as a crutch to support you in processing your feelings. I feel you're wrapping up a really important cycle. Yeah. A cycle in which you didn't value your emotions. You were afraid of them. You didn't know what to do with them. Whether you were feeling deep sadness or intense happiness, you didn't know how to express it. It's kind of like you were maybe brought up to expect things to be quite heavy and serious most of the time, and that's kind of like your habit, your emotional habit. And whenever things go up or down, either deep sadness or intense jealousy or resentment, or they go up and you feel elation and exuberance and you feel inspired and you feel incredibly in tune with the divine, I feel like something in you kind of scares it. There's this inner fright, and then all of a sudden, no, we need to go back to the base level. It's kind of like keeping things on the same level, never going too high, too low. You may have a fiery moon, or I'm picking up here a very strong presence of a moon in Libra individual who is afraid of kind of exploring the whole gamut of emotions. It's like you always expect things to be in a certain way. And I see that it's because of past betrayals. And it's because of you taking on a lot of responsibilities. You could have ended up apologizing throughout your life to the people that have harmed you, instead of demanding it from them or making it clear that you are awaiting some sort of apology or reparation. But I feel like you didn't have it in your heart to say such a thing. And I heard some booms outside. There's construction work in my neighborhood, so I hear all sorts of noises. But it was significant when I said that. So I feel like Spirit decided to give me these noises in order to emphasize this message. You ended up apologizing to the people that harmed you, when in reality they should have apologized to you. So you may live inside of yourself with this deep sadness because you feel like you're not worthy of much, that people treat you like you're something below human. And at the root of this belief lies this whole ocean of deep, deep, deep melancholy. Like, what's the point? What am I good at? Now, bringing some light into this energy, once I see what the emotion is, I see very strongly that you are supported by a lot of guides, a lot of angels, ancestors. You're receiving a lot of support from, I'm kind of getting you also have support in the real world from the people around you, more than you actually imagine that you should have, or that you are getting. Oh, more than you imagine that you should have. Group 1. Group 1, I want to give you a hug, because it just feels like it's like you're selling yourself so short, so low. Like the bar is like you're somewhere underneath it, you know? It's time to be like this, you know? It's time to walk with your chest forward, to be proud, to take whatever happened in your life as just something that prepared you for this version that you are at the moment in reality. And there's nothing wrong with the version that you are at the moment. There's nothing wrong with your difficult growth. Rely on the help of your spiritual guides. So again, let's repeat the questions. How would you like to be more spiritually connected? You do need to tune into the divine. I feel like whatever you want to achieve in this life, whether it is to fall in love again, because I feel like some of you are already in love and were broken-hearted, and this could contribute to this deep sadness you're experiencing at the moment. Others of you are just disrespected by other people. You were treated like you are a person without worth, which is a lie. And you need to break through this lie. You need to end the illusion. And if you are engaging in some sort of behavior, an addiction that is harming you, you have to put an end to it of your own volition, of your own accord, and to choose to take care of yourself. You have to make this conscious You have to make this conscious choice. I love myself. I'm not going to harm myself. If other people want that, whatever, I'm going to deal with it as the situation appears in my reality. But for the time being, I am doing the best for myself that I can. I am taking care of myself. I am prioritizing my health. I am taking care of my energy. I am doing the necessary emotion work I feel like I need to be doing to make myself feel better. Yeah? Because it is within your grasp, it is within your control. You are not just some porous person that constantly is impressed upon by other people's emotions and actions. You have an energy field. You're an energetic based life form as well, carbon based, but still you produce energy, you emit light. So rely on that. Tap into that, okay? Allow the tendrils of your sensitivity to kind of understand how you can modulate and change your reality. You have to actually see your life as a series of successes, of challenges that were overcome. And if it's hard for you to see yourself in that way, think of yourself as the character of a myth, the character in a game or in some sort of story that has overcome all odds and has met with a lot of like monsters and issues and has overcome them. You know, in the end, you have managed to survive, to fall in love, to reach wealth. You are here today and you're okay. I don't know what more to say, but you are okay, you are all right. I feel like there's this deep feeling of I shouldn't belong in my life, or there is an imposter syndrome at play here. Kind of like I'm not worthy of everything I have, so you may have achieved a lot, but you're not able to enjoy it. It's like you have this very weird detached relationship from the things you have achieved. But I'm here to let you know that you did it on your own with a lot of strength and willpower, and I think with a lot of faith. And it will continue down this road. You don't have to stop here and dive into deep melancholy because you are taught a really important lesson in love. Let go of convention. Stop trying to do things as you think that you should be doing them. This is the main root of sadness. I can tell you from my own experience that I struggled my whole life to follow society's idea of when I should get up and when I should go to bed. I'm a Pisces. I sleep like a maniac. I love sleep and I need it because it helps me regulate my emotions. It helps me tone down my sensitivity, which is off the charts. It helps. It regenerates me. And I decided randomly to create my whole life around a sleep schedule that I can organize. And now I wake up when I want and I go to bed when I want, and I don't feel guilty for wanting to take naps throughout the day. I know that my progress in life is a little bit slower than other more successful people, but I don't care, because I want to live my life according to what I decided is good for me. And that required a lot of courage, and I'm still being judged for it. But it makes me feel good, and it makes me live in accordance with who I am. You need to have this kind of energy as well. That's why I decided to share my personal story. Not that I particularly enjoyed talking about myself in your reading, but maybe this helps. Maybe it inspires you. Sometimes when we share how we have overcome our own problems, it inspires other people to kind of want to choose the same for themselves. So I hope that you feel inspired to no longer try to, I don't know, if a lot of people recommend to you to read a specific book, do you feel like really reading that book, or do you feel like reading something completely different? If a lot of people tell you you should be working this profession to be successful, really, do you feel like this is something that will make you happy? It's important to choose your work, because we spend the majority of our life in an occupation, and it's important to do something you love. It's the same with love. Are you going to say no to an individual that makes you feel so good inside just because, I don't know, they don't have currently a job, or they're struggling with maybe a disease? It's really important to keep in mind what matters to you and to live according to that value. Maybe on the reverse side, you do need a counterpart that has a specific, a specific profession that makes you feel safe, that you feel like you have this deep need for stability, material stability in your life. So it's important to know very clearly what you want, and without shame and with a lot of courage to just say, this is the kind of person I want, this is the kind of work I want to do, this is the kind of schedule I want to have. And I don't care what society thinks it's successful. I'm going to be my own version of success. And that's how you're going to repair that sense of deep sadness, which could stem as well from feeling like you don't belong, feeling like everybody else has this happiness that they keep advertising maybe on social media. But what do I have? You have yourself. That is priceless. It's invaluable. And I feel that this is what you coming in contact with your spirit guides is going to be able to help you see. Okay, so pray as often as you can. Have this deep spiritual link to whichever god, goddess, whatever form of the divine you believe in. Make it your own. Make prayers your own. Write them down yourself. If you struggle to identify with the prayers that a priest or a specific religion is handing down to you, okay, create your own prayers. But the important thing is that you praise your life, that you value it, that you are constantly in touch with something that is unseen, because this is giving you emotional energy, and it's giving you creative juices, and it's helping you wake up in the morning with a thirst for life. It's helping you basically reactivate this Queen of Wands energy. And this is an especially powerful message for those of you out there who have points or planets in fire signs, Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius. Okay, you don't have to be astrologically a sun in Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius. You could have a stellium in Sagittarius, maybe you have Jupiter in Aries, maybe you have a midheaven in Leo, or south node and north node points there. I see here predominantly an individual that has a lot of Pisces energy in their chart, yeah, both with the Hanged Man and with the Moon. So it could be a combination of these things, or as a fire sign at the moment you tend to struggle under the current transit of Saturn in the sign of Pisces, which is taking place at the moment at which I'm filming this reading. But yeah, you won't be defeated, okay? You won't be defeated. This trepidation separation that we began with is going to eventually calm down, and it will lead you towards a more balanced approach to life. So don't feel like you need to kind of keep everything under control and repress a lot of your energy at the moment. I feel like it's okay to experience trepidation from time to time. It shakes things up, and when things are shaken up, they rearrange in a different pattern. Or maybe in the same pattern, but something has clearly changed. Change is good. I hope I'm not becoming too weird or out there. I'm going to end the reading here before I confuse you. I hope you have enjoyed this kind of unique, quirky reading. I really felt inspired to do it, and I'm really happy I did because I actually really enjoyed creating this reading. So thank you so much for listening. If you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, I have a sale in November, so feel free to check that out. 15% off if you are a new client and 20% off if you're a returning client. Thank you so much for your help and your support. It means the world to me. See you next time. Bye. Hi Group 2, welcome to your unique reading with your unique word. So this is for those of you that were drawn to this word, Regretrospect, which is kind of difficult for me to pronounce because R's in English are very different from R's in Romanian. But anyway, the book that I took this word from is The Emotionary, and let's go and find out how is this word defined. So regretrospect is a combination of regret and retrospect, and it is defined as the feeling that if you could do it all over again, you actually would change all of the things. And I have to tell you something, I have to share with you something sweet. As I was, flipping through this book trying to find your word, I actually stumbled upon a receipt from the place where I bought this book, and it is purchased from the English bookshop in Uppsala. And something broke behind me when I said that, so it's interesting. We're kind of diving into something beyond the veil here. But yeah, I really enjoy my time at the University of Uppsala, where I worked for a while in 2019. And not only that, but on the cover, I also found some of the details of a person that used his badge to help me visit the work place where he was working. This is a man I dated when I was there for just one date, and unfortunately the situation didn't work out because, well, I was busy with work. I had to travel for work to another country, and he did the same, so our paths did not continue. But it was a really nice day that I spent in his company, and I can't believe that I have both of these keepsakes inside of this book. And the reason why I share this personal story with you is because it fits so well with the word you have chosen. So retrospect, looking at things from the past and having a feeling of regret, like, oh, things didn't work out. Let's see what your cards have to say. Let's dive deeper to the main emotion guiding you at the moment. So we have the Two of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Swords, and they're all blocked. We have the Four of Wands, and I double checked the deck. I was not using it upside down, We have the Page of Pentacles, also blocked. We have the Ace of Wands, also blocked. Dear God, we have the Ten of Pentacles, also blocked. Oh dear, are you feeling stuck, Group 2? There is maybe some low energy, low moods, irritation. I'm picking up on irritation. Like you're frustrated, you want to do something and it's not working out. Let's see your oracle cards as well before I interpret them. Oh, you have one more. Oh gosh, okay. You have one more tarot card, and this is the Devil, Capricorn. Yeah, now I see why the cards are blocked, okay? It made an appearance. We have the oracle cards, the Vulture. And we have here, accept the inevitable. Let go of the past and welcome a rebirth to begin. My gosh, I can't believe how well this fits with the word you have chosen. Oh, we have here the Body. And the questions or the homework underneath is, what parts of you do you need to look at more closely, Group 2? What's functioning or not functioning in these areas of your life? How do you feel about your body, my love? There is something here about physicality because, the Devil, Saturn, Earth energy, it's about how we bring things into reality and how obsessed and attached we can be towards money and material goods. That's basically the whole spiel of the Devil, is this extreme attachment to only the things you can see in front of you, only the senses, only what's pleasurable, only what you can get and how you can use other people. This obsession with what's mine, and jealousy that can lead to murder, and wanting to trap people, wanting to use people, wanting to sell people, all sorts of these transactional energies that are conditioned and keep us locked in fear and control and desire that leads to obsession that poisons the soul. So we have this in combination with the body, and we see this woman who is dressed in this red gorgeous cloth. She actually looks really good, right? Like a very attractive lady in red. So there's maybe a feeling that you may have been using your body to attain certain things, such as the love and admiration of other people, but in reality what you drew towards yourself is just some random sleazy booty calls and people just wanting to use you for that kind of a thing, only. And I feel that maybe you felt the pressure of other people around you to constantly perfect your exterior, and you may have been feeling like it doesn't matter what I feel or who I am on the inside because nobody checks me up on that. People only like me for how I look, for how I appear on social media. And to a certain extent, we do live in a society that really values youth and looks, and a lot of people attain money, popularity, promotions, and all sorts of things based on how good they look. This is something that is happening. We cannot just swipe it under the rug and say, no, it's not happening, no, it's all spirit, it's all energy. While that may be true, we also have this demonic kind of energy, this obsession just with looks, obsession with constantly perfecting how we look without thinking about what's inside, your heart, your soul, your emotions. So I feel like maybe you felt pressure by the occupation you currently have, by the group of people you're currently part of, or maybe just by societal demands. Maybe people around you actually want what's best for you, but you think, in order for me to achieve the kind of life I want to live and to get all the creature comforts I want, I have to kind of change myself. I have to make myself look incredibly hot, and then everything will be given to me. But I think this is a moment in which you are seeing that there are cracks in this kind of mentality, because all of these cards are so blocked. And with the vulture, it's kind of like you need to accept what couldn't happen. Maybe you tried to be with a partner that was financially wealthy and you put a lot of effort in that connection, and in the end this connection crumbled, and now you're left feeling, now what? There isn't necessarily a sense of sadness like I felt with group 1. There is a fear of not having enough materially. There is a poverty mindset at the root of your being at the moment. This tends to be the main emotion guiding you at the moment, a struggle to survive. And also feeling like in order to survive, especially if you're female, you have to look very good because nobody's interested in anything else. And that's what's blocking the spiritual energy. That's what's blocking you from feeling truly connected and safe in your own life, in your own house, in your own body. This is what's blocking you from truly speaking up and saying what you think. You're a highly intelligent person, but it could be that you're hiding behind your looks because you think this is what sells, this is what gives you what you need to survive and to have a good life. You may be feeling like you just need to be a pretty body rather than a pretty mind as well. And you are, but you're keeping it locked inside. You're not saying what you think. And it could be that your relationships around could crumble because people feel that you're not being honest, that you're not being completely yourself, that you're hiding behind a beautiful smile, a gorgeous body. You're hiding this amazingly analytical mind. You see what's happening. You're not a fool. You see how people are trying to use you. You see how you are trying to maybe emphasize certain parts of yourself to use other people, because it goes both ways, And I'm not saying this with meanness in any way. We all often in our lives use other individuals. It's important though to be aware of it and to apologize or to do repair work, because if we just keep denying that we do that, this ends up becoming part of our shadow and it ends up controlling us unconsciously. So that very thing that you feel, no, I'm not doing, it's actually that thing that other people see that you're doing to them. So we have to be very careful about judging other people, about not accepting our own blind spots. It's a humbling kind of work. It's not easy to accept that you have flaws, that the devil may play a bigger part in your life than you think it does, that maybe some of the things that you are working so hard to achieve may not actually be things that will last in time, that are good for your soul, and that will generally give you that kind of reward, wealth, love that you are craving to attain. We have the Two of Pentacles. At least this card blocked talks about no longer needing to play two sides or juggle in your life, no longer needing to hustle, because it is connected to money, the Two of Coins. So it is the end of needing to split yourself in two. So that from this point of view is quite positive. But we have here the Ten of Pentacles blocked. It's almost like there could have been that the financial rug was pulled from underneath your feet and you find yourself in hot water at the moment. So maybe you were supposed to be taken care of by your family members. Maybe you lost your money, your home in a conflict that happened in your own country and you had to flee and now you don't know what to do. My heart goes out to you if that happens. Jesus, I hope that you are talking to people and you're asking for help, because you can rebuild your life, definitely 100%, and people are good and they want to help you. Shouldn't be afraid of asking for help. No one should be in such situations, but unfortunately nowadays, due to awful political decisions, a lot of people are in this situation. So coming back to this string of options that I was seeing here. So as I said, either you lost an inheritance, you lost your home, you lost some sort of financial backing up, or you have certain things in place, but they are not giving you results as quickly and as much as you would like to have them. Yeah, there is maybe a period of apprenticeship, there are maybe some student loans connected to the process of you becoming who you want to become. There are years involved, and maybe you're thinking, I don't have time. I'm not going to be young forever. I need to do it now. Whatever this now is, you're being frustrated from achieving it because it's not working in your highest good. You need to focus more on how you create rather than how you produce. There are two very distinct things. And I was recently humbled as well in my own practice by thinking deeply about this process of creation above production. Production can be repetitive, monotonous. It just does the same thing over and over and over again, and it doesn't touch emotionally anyone. While creation could be painstaking, it could take years. It's a process where you need a lot of courage, and a process where you test a couple of things that may not work out. But once it is achieved, it is perfect, and it touches your soul, and it helps you grow, and can touch the hearts of other people, and can connect you with people that you never thought that you could be connected with. So I feel like this is what you need to keep in mind at the moment. What are you leaving behind? What's your legacy? How would you like people to remember you? Think about the actions you're doing now, because when you will have your Saturn return, either your first or your second, your third would be quite amazing. If I have somebody here that's in their 80s, I would be really pleased to find out. Comment down below. But basically, you will have a time of reckoning, a time where your integrity is going to have to be under the scrutiny of other people. How are you earning your living? How are you stepping into the role of a provider? And I think these things are so important to you, especially if you're an earth sign. You know, like you could take soft emotions and leave them to the side any day, but to you, safety, stability, having something secure in life is what's important. And I see that this is what's the main emotion, kind of at the root of your life, at your being at the moment. There is a period of further training that you need to go through. I have just unblocked the Page of Pentacles, the Ace of Wands, and the Ten of Pentacles. You can go from 0 to 100 as long as you allow the divine to inspire you, as long as you take some action for your own benefit. You think that right now you could receive good income by being passive, by being maybe just a pretty face. But if you are actually going to use your mind, and your skills, because I see you've got the potential to develop your skills, to achieve mastery in a specific training, whether that is cooking, sewing, reading tarot, writing a book, I don't know, whatever it is that you're passionate about, go for it, do it. You've got everything you need. But you need to change this mentality of passively awaiting for a partner to provide for you towards, I can do it on my own. I'm intelligent. I just need to develop my skills. It may take a while, okay? It may be just the beginning of this inspiring train of thought. And I may need to hit the library, you know, do some studying, listen to some podcasts, I don't know, whichever mode of training you prefer, do a master class, you know, go to some sort of group training, group setup. But at the end of it, look, wealth and success is guaranteed, and this is something solid, something that you can pass on to your children, to your family members, the family of your own that you can create, not necessarily that one which has brought you into being. So I want to show you the Therapet cards right now. We have here the Phoenix, the Cosmic Phoenix. You will rise above the ashes. You will find a way to become whole again. Whatever has destroyed you or made you feel like you are no longer safe in the world, you will rebuild this foundation. Okay, it's going to happen, 100%, it's guaranteed. But you are right now standing on the precipice of making a decision that could give you a lot of maybe stability, but in short form. And it could also come with a loss of your soul, a loss of that very thing that sparks you up and inspires you. Or a more arduous road, a road that involves some further training, but one that will lead to long-term stability, a legacy, a financial legacy, the type of security that you're building yourself from the ground up, and you'll be able to pass on to future generations in your family. And I don't think that's nothing to say no to. That's nothing you should be afraid of. And I feel like the hard work is going to pay off. But then again, it's up to you what choice you make, my love. Okay, you do you. Now, the final card that I have here for you, we have the Cosmic Lizard. And we have here the voice that tells you that you aren't good enough, apparently doesn't know you at all. Yeah, like inner critic, take a break, go on a holiday, eat a Kit Kat. I'm not advertising for them, guys. But we see here, you're amazing. You are amazing. Can we say it again? You are amazing, group 2. And I dropped all of your cards to the ground because we got a little bit emotional here. My beautiful, amazing group 2, this is the reading that I had for you. If you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, please take advantage of the sale that I have throughout the entire month of Magical November. 15% off for new clients, 20% off for returning clients. I hope you have enjoyed this reading, and if this is where I leave you, take care of yourself. You're amazing. Don't forget that. And I see you next time. I'll see you next time. Need to take a water break. Ciao. Hey group 3, welcome to your unique reading with your unique word. So this is for those of you that were drawn to Emodulate. Now, this word doesn't exist, but the emotion behind it may very well be. And this book, which I took it from, tells me that it is a combination of the word emotion with the word modulate. So this basically means to temper one's own true emotions around others. So sometimes when I meet someone for the first time, I try to immodulate myself so as not to encumber them with my intensity. Okay, so it's basically the emotion work I was describing in the introduction, but I feel like it's a bit mellifluous, another beautiful word. It's kind of like you tend to modulate it almost as if you would ride a wave or try to use a music board in order to try to kind of create a song, and the background noises when you're producing a song, I guess. I don't know much about music. Maybe you are passionate about music, making music, not only listening to it. But I feel like this word, immodulate, is something about not really putting effort into the control of your emotions, but it's more about organically feeling them and processing them. It's a much more subtle energy than emotion work. At least this is how I see it. Comment down below if you have a different opinion. But now let's see the oracle cards and the tarot cards to dive deeper into this core emotion that is taking over your life, or that you are feeling in this life at the moment, and how you can work with it. Now, your tarot cards are the following. We have here the King of Cups, We have the Knight of Swords. So much blocked energy, it's ridiculous. We have the Six of Cups, and I am saging my decks. I am organizing them, cleansing them. We have the Moon. Group 1 had the Moon as well. We have the King of Cups blocked. We have the Emperor. And the King of Pentacles. Wow, it's a grouping of men over here. Now, let's see your oracle cards as well. The Finch, and the keywords are new opportunities and choices are opening to you now, claim them. We also have the School and Exams card, and the questions are: in what areas do you feel inadequate, Group 3? Are you constantly competing with others? Are you in the process of evaluating yourself and your goals? This could be a reevaluation of the way in which you actually take action, in the way in which you manifest your goals. Let's see. I also have some therapist messages for you. You got 3, so I feel like you need this extra support. We have here the Cosmic White Fox, and it says here, you're doing fine, don't give up. Yeah, you're doing fine. Keep to it, stay determined. You've been doing a good job, or a great job, better said, considering all you've been up against. This is so cute. So don't worry, things are going according to plan. You're just weathering some storms at the moment. It's all going to work out fine. The Cosmic Doggo is here to let you know that it's all going to work out fine. So, keeping this energy in mind, I definitely feel that you've been through some sort of an argument with some colleagues, maybe at work or in your family life. You may have had a problem with a father figure, a brother, maybe both of them. I see here with the Six of Cups, a sense of nostalgia that you're trying to overcome, some issues related to home, your hometown, your home country, problems related to the men in your family or the way in which you relate to masculinity. I'm not getting that this may be a workplace situation. For some of you, maybe you are considering the people that you work with as some sort of an extended family. And in this case, this interpretation may apply to that setting, but the Six of Cups tells me that this is a situation that pertains to roots, relatives, home, family issues, extended family members. So I feel like you had to deal with a low vibrational, same aged air sign and an older, low vibrational water sign. And they have been causing you a lot of problems. I definitely feel that for some of you, this could be a combination of either problems with a spouse and your father, or the father of the spouse, or your own father and a brother, in case you have a brother as a sibling. There's just these two men that have just been kind of like, one of them has been dumping on you emotionally, making you kind of like an emotional support for them. That's why you felt drawn to Emodulate, because maybe you've been doing a lot of that recently. And the other one is just argumentative. The younger energy seems to be quite a know-it-all, quite repressed, and I'm even hearing the word chauvinistic. Okay, so I'm seeing here very deeply this problem with, how do I handle masculine energy in my life? How do I handle myself around the men I know? Why am I constantly being tested by them as well? Because we have the schools and the exams card. Why am I being so tested, you know? And I feel like your worth in particular is being tested. Like your value, your knowledge is coming up against scrutiny with these individuals. You may have some interesting energy between Mars and Saturn in your natal chart. Maybe you have a Mars-Saturn conjunction, Mars-Saturn square, or opposition. These tend to be the more intense manifestations of this energy, which can lead to a lot of difficulties in relation to men. And it can also lead to certain self-inflicted cruelty, certain tests of endurance that you feel the need to put yourself under. I also see here that the Finch is advising you that, there are other options. You can walk away. You don't have to stay stuck in the pain of the past. There are new opportunities. There are other groups of men that you could belong to, or other masculine energies that will have a very different energy than the one that you were accustomed to. And I see here this group of men is already forming. We have the Emperor. He's the best man. He's like the hero, the epitome of the provider, the careful parent, the very good worker, the excellent teacher. He contains all the other kings inside of it. And I also see here with the King of Pentacles right next to the Emperor, this to me speaks about the perfect spouse, the ideal husband. So if you're looking for someone like that, they're on their way to you. They may even be around you at the moment, but you just need to stop focusing on the past and this negativity that you experienced at the hands of an air sign and a water sign, who may have broken your heart, may have made you feel like, what's the point of loving? What's the point of giving my emotions? It's kind of like you feel like your cups have completely emptied themselves and there is no more emotion to give. Yeah, there is no more love to give. At least this is what you feel and think. And as long as you will be feeling and thinking, such an energy is going to be created around you that will constantly get you to come up against challenges, and you'll need to immodulate. You'll need to put work into transforming energies. So into tempering your true emotions around others. So hiding who you really are to a certain extent, but hiding how you really feel. And if you are a person that truly identifies with their feelings, then hiding what you feel means hiding who you are. I definitely see here with the moon, you're somebody that's quite sensitive. Pisces energy again, Cancerian energy. And I see again the King of Cups. This King of Cups is haunting the whole reading. So definitely the core emotion governing your life, I feel it's a sense of emotional chaos created by the way in which your father figure related to you. The King of Cups, especially when it's blocked, talks about a distorted masculine. It talks about a father figure that took something from you instead of giving you, may have made you feel like you are constantly under threat or in danger instead of protecting you. A father figure that could have used you as an emotional crutch for their own problems and sensitivities rather than help you understand your own emotions and be the bigger person and controlling their emotions in relation to you. So this father figure and your relationship to this person is at the root of the main emotion governing your, I'm hearing, love life. I feel like you're really struggling at the moment to maybe find a good man, meet people that you can genuinely trust. But I see that there's already one coming soon or already around you. There is this new opportunity, and just have to change your mind. And you have to make up your mind about what you believe about masculinity. I kind of had this really interesting insight a couple of days ago where I was listening to a pickacard tarot reading on how do men and women view you. And I was agreeing with mostly what the spiritual teacher, the tarot reader, was saying. But it also kind of gave me this fresh perspective on how apparently men view me through that general reading that she created. And what struck me the most was when the tarot reader said, what is your opinion of them? What do you think in general about masculinity, about men? What are the things that you like, that you dislike? And that really got me to journal and to really think deeply about, hang on a minute, I am a little bit undecided about masculinity in general, which is interesting because I used to study it and teach it academically. So yeah, but when you study or you teach something, you basically learn about the opinions of other people and then you convey them to the students. But it's important to also develop your own ideas. So maybe this is what's happening here with you, and that's why I chose my personal example to illustrate, not because I like talking about myself, but there is a feeling here that you just need to make up your mind on what do you feel about the men in your life, about masculinity. What was the core emotion associated with the men in your life? So it's interesting because right when I said that the men in your life, we got cut off, I lost battery on my camera and I had to plug it back in. So it's like bringing fresh energy to the table, bringing a fresh perspective on your relationship to men, because I see that they are at the root of whatever primary emotion is governing your life. And I feel in some cases this is anger. You may be feeling very angry at the men in your life. You could be feeling very sad, or you could be feeling mistrustful. I personally have identified that in my own introspective session that I had last night. It was a deep sense of disappointment. I don't remember a period where I felt like the men in my life were the provider, the brave fighters, the protectors. I haven't met such a man yet, and if I met, there were only facets of that man that we keep hearing should contain all these qualities. But that's okay, because nobody's perfect, and part of our journey is becoming aware of these things and even developing those qualities that we seek in other men in our lives within ourselves. So by being disappointed by other men, I developed courage, I developed my own capacity to support myself, and I learned how to protect myself without needing it from an external source. And this is making me quite strong nowadays, and I appreciate that lesson. So I feel that this is potentially a way in which you can reinterpret as well your own experience in a very powerful way, in a way in which it could help you heal your emotions from the root upwards. You may have maybe the planet Saturn or Pluto on the Imum Coeli, the root of your being, in the 4th house in astrology. So it could be that there is something here, some latent resentment, some repressed emotion in relation to the father figure. The father figure who may have also been an alcoholic, a person that wasn't there for you, or may have done certain things that he regrets because he wasn't completely conscious. Yeah, I'm just noticing right now this glass that the King of Cups is holding. Yeah, so that the cup that is filled could represent ideals, emotion, but it could also represent liquid. So I'm seeing here that you're able to heal your life at the moment, that you shouldn't give up if emotionally you felt challenged in the pursuit of a soulmate, in the pursuit of a spouse. It's coming. Yeah, you've put a lot of hard work. It is going to be okay. You are going to find that which you are seeking, because it's already seeking you too. You just have to stop and meet it halfway. And yeah, I feel like this is the message that I had for you, group 3. I hope you have enjoyed this reading as much as I enjoyed creating it. Sorry about the interruption. If you want to get in touch with me for a personal reading, specifically tailored to your circumstances, take advantage of the sale that I have running throughout the entire month of November. I have 15% off for my new clients and 20% for my returning clients. So yeah, sure, take advantage of that if you feel like it. If I'm leaving you here, then take excellent care of your beautiful heart, and see you next time. Ciao.